This channel is for people who have some kind of fear when it comes to travel, maybe even when it comes to just living out loud, because both of those I resonate with. I've been in hunker down and survive mode for 2.5 years. My life was going downhill fast. It just seemed to me that I was going to end up being homeless in Canada. I knew that one way to save myself from that was to move somewhere where I could live more cheaply. I simply came to survive. Argentina was never a part of the plan. So, how did I end up staying here for over 2.5 years? Stay tuned and find out. All right, world. I hope you will be able to hear me. It seems like this is the best place to, the best time, I guess, to talk about my story. I'm here in a lonely part of the airport on my way out of Argentina, and I want to tell you why I came in the first place. Because Argentina was never a part of the plan, never part of my travel plans. Just it would just was simply wasn't on my bucket list for no particular reason. I didn't know anything about the country, had never researched it, hadn't heard much about it that I was aware of. So, long story short, my life trajectory was crashing. I don't know if you can say it like that, but my life was going downhill fast. And I was having financial issues. I was starting to have some medical issues. I couldn't see the path to success for me. I couldn't see a path to a happy life. And before you jump the gun, no, I didn't come to Argentina to have a happy life. I simply came to survive. I saw what is it called? The writing in the stars or whatever. I saw the signs. It just seemed to me that I was going to end up being homeless in Canada. And I've never been homeless. I had my first experience with getting food from not a soup kitchen. You know where you can go like pick up groceries and they'll give you like a full basket full of groceries. Like I went to a place like that. Sorry, I'm holding the holding the camera manually here, so please bear with me. My selfie stick is in my luggage, but as I wait for my flight out of Argentina, I figure I may as well record this video finally with the right angle because I did start this before with the correct angle, a better angle. Good enough, I hope. Oh, hi, by the way, my name's Dana. Nice to meet you. Terrified tourist. All right. My life was heading downhill fast. I don't even want to get into all those details because that's a conversation that I want to have on a future channel. Hopefully in the future. Lots of announcements. Oops, an airport. So I didn't want to end up being homeless, and I knew that one way to save myself from that was to move somewhere where I could live more cheaply, I should say, more economically, where the money I was making would go further. You make money, you get like French fries in Canada, or you can make money and you can get a whole lot more in some other countries. I was looking for the whole lot more, not because of greed, but simply to survive. If I ended up on the street, I imagine I would survive. I seem to always find a way, but it would be incredibly difficult, and life was already hard starting for me as it was. So I wanted to, my goal, my hope was to live well, to live as well as I feel comfortable living. I wasn't trying for luxury necessarily. I just wanted to, because I didn't grow up in luxury or ever really have it. But I wanted to live well. I wanted to live in an apartment by myself. I wanted to have some of life's conveniences like delivery, like grocery deliveries. And I wanted to be able to keep on working, have internet access, be able to watch YouTube, take breaks. Like, I just wanted to live somewhat like I lived in Canada before my life started to change and go downhill. And I thankfully was able to find that here in Argentina. I was able to I lived in different apartments on my own. They were much more affordable. If I had tried to get the same types of places in Canada, there would have been sometimes thousands of dollars. And here in Argentina, I was paying on the higher side. Some people are able to come to Argentina, or at least a couple years ago, were able to come and get places for 200, 300 US. I never had that. The cheapest for me was a deal I worked out with one Airbnb host to rent for 600 a month. And it was it was a good building, 24-hour security, no amenities, but that was okay. I didn't really leave my apartment anyway. That's part of being the terrified tourist. I don't go anywhere because I'm terrified. I don't want this. I don't want that in my life. Get into those discussions in another video. So I was able to live well. I had groceries being delivered to me. I was able to work online with few disruptions, and yeah, I was able to take care of myself, and I survived for 2.5 years. If I had still been in Canada, I either would have been in an incredibly difficult living situation, which is what I was trying to get away from by coming to Argentina, or ended up on the street or something in between that would have been very difficult, very horrible. And I guess I should talk about how I did this. How did I even decide on Argentina? Because why Argentina, right? Like there are other countries. My hope at the time was to go to Asia, but Asia was closed because of COVID. This was back in 2021 when I was making my plans to escape Canada and other things here and to just find life somewhere and survive. I've been in hunker down and survive mode for 2.5 years. And it wasn't because of COVID. It wasn't only because of COVID, because I am a germaphobe, but it was mainly because I just wanted to make enough money to survive and not end up on the street. And there were times when I was like, am I about to end up on the street here in Buenos Aires? That would be even worse, in my opinion. It's the hot country, big old roaches. But thankfully that didn't happen. Thanks to some angels who helped me through a tough time. So going back to what I was saying, why did I choose Argentina? I looked at a list of countries that Canadians can come to with no visa. I did not have the energy, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, anything, physically, to go through a visa process and to follow up or to go to an embassy during COVID. And that wasn't going to happen. I still don't want to do anything visa related as much as possible. I want to avoid it. So I looked down the list of quick, easy list, Canadian visa-free countries, and it was like maybe Albania, maybe Armenia, I'm not sure, and then Argentina. Okay, no, Armenia did not come first, if it was even there. But so it was definitely Albania, and I was like, I really know nothing about Albania. I'd heard even less about Albania than Argentina. When I saw Argentina, I thought, okay, it just clicked. It just seemed right, and I went for it. I started getting Spanish lessons, which did not help me because I retained almost nothing. But that's okay. I don't leave my apartment anyways. I barely, I barely tried to interact with anyone throughout all this time, anyways. So I worked, saved up as much as I could for my online job. Thankfully, I was working an online job. Really huge benefit, really huge thing that was able to help me survive and hunker down here in Argentina. As long as you have a computer and internet connection, when you have an online job, you can get to work wherever you are and live as cheaply or as expensively as you see fit. Sorry, I know it's all balance it down. See, this is the this is the gate for the separation from terminal one. So that might be terminal two or three. I'm not sure how many terminals are here. I'm at Aero Parque Jorge Airport. I think the word Newberry, the name Newberry is in there somewhere. Not sure where. Maybe it's Aero Parque Jorge Newberry, something like that. So yeah, just waiting for my flight. It's coming soon. So going back to my story, I digress. That's okay. We're back. And we're back. So I looked at the list, said, yep, Argentina fits. I think Argentina is, Buenos Aires, big city, so I should be able to live somewhat like how I lived back when I grew up in the Toronto area. I lived in the Toronto area for pretty much my whole life. So, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted some conveniences that I was used to, and to be able to do things more cheaply. When I got here, it was pretty good because I could buy almost a week's worth of groceries for like $10. And the money I talk about is in US dollars. Just easier for me to talk about US dollars than anything else. It was like $10 for a lot of groceries. My money was going far. My accommodations were expensive because I don't know. Maybe I didn't research enough on Airbnb. I did Airbnb. It was you needed like a signer or somebody to help you get a place if you wanted to actually rent, and I didn't know anybody, so that wasn't a possibility for me. Expensive apartment, cheap food. Wasn't going out doing any activities, so I was able to just work and relax with YouTube and Netflix and then work and just get food delivered and work and stay in my apartment a lot. And really, for the most part, I only went out when I had like a doctor's appointment to go to. Yeah, but for the most part, I remained a hermit and I stayed exactly where I was. Excuse me. And it was good enough. It was good enough. I was just happy to not be in Canada on the street. And that's what I wanted to avoid. And that's what I did avoid. So, for anyone who, I guess, thought the story would be longer, but I guess not. So, for anyone who wants to do something similar, I don't know that Argentina is the best option at the moment just because of the extreme inflation. Things have gotten so expensive that I realized it was time for me to leave. Things that would have cost me $10 2 years ago and were now costing me 20, 30, I don't know, maybe $50 for the same amount of, I'm always talking about food. So yeah, I decided to leave. And also aligned with some other things that I wanted to do that I'll probably talk about in the video. But yes, if you're Canadian, if you're American, wherever you're from, you can easily Google the list of countries that you're able to go to visa free. Or if you're willing to go through the visa process, you can surely go do that. Obviously, I've never done it. I can't advise. And even if I had done it, things change all the time. So I really couldn't offer that advice. Not what this channel is going to be about. This channel is going to be about. This channel is for people who. This channel is for people who have some kind of fear when it comes to travel. Maybe even when it comes to just living out loud, because both of those I resonate with. And so you're going to be able to watch me go do stuff that are so easy for other people. But for me, it's like, do I really even want to open my door and go outside and do this today? And I'm not talking about anything extreme. I just mean regular stuff, like going outside, maybe more than once in a week. So going back to the topic again. Oh, I'm a digressor. You'll get used to me, folks. You'll get used to me. You love me already. I know. So look up the list of countries that you're able to go to visa free or otherwise. If you want to go through the visa process, go on and do it. And I did some research, got a sense of, as a black woman, I got a sense of, I tried to get a sense of what it would be like to be black in the country. There was maybe a little information at the time, maybe not so much, but as someone who barely goes outside, I kind of didn't give people a whole lot of opportunities to react to me. So while my experience here hasn't been perfect, it probably hasn't been nearly as imperfect as it could have been. And I booked my flight. I booked my Airbnb. I think Airbnb is a good jumping off point. With, I think, two of my hosts. Yeah, I think just two of my hosts. I chose to stay longer, and they were open to going off platform and letting me stay a little bit more cheaply. The first host, um, he gave me like they both ended up giving me a couple hundred a month off, which was, that's significant when you're locking in for 3 to 6 months. That's a good savings over time. It wasn't nearly as good as it should have been. So yeah, they could have given me better deals, and I'm not the negotiator. The negotiator. That's not me. That's somebody else. It's not me. So I got what I got, and I accepted it, and I was grateful for what little I got. Grateful-ish. Happy to save some money, and yeah, just saving that money helped me to survive, and I'm here. I One thing that I should mention about Argentina, you can overstay without getting in trouble. You just have to make sure you pay the fee. Go to immigration. Right now, the rule, I say right now in case it changes, right now the rule is to go to immigration within 10 days before you leave the country and pay. And I will post a video. Yeah, I think I'll probably post another video just talking about that process. But yeah, you just need to pay on your way out before you leave. You can do that up to 10 days in advance. And yeah, so that makes things easy. So if you're like me, if you align with the whole terrified tourist thing and travel is maybe difficult for you, then Argentina might be a good fit because you don't have to leave every 3 months. You don't have to go to renew a visa anywhere every 3 months or however long. You can just stay until you're ready to leave, and then you pay on your way out. So that made things really easy for me because I would have had a tough time. I've gotten in lines. I've done what I had to do to get things done, but I would have had a tough time going to an embassy every few months or taking a boat trip over to Uruguay just to renew my time here. That would have been tricky for me. So yeah, that's why I came to Argentina. That was the purpose. Purpose was the purpose was to survive, and thankfully, that's what I did. I was able to do that. I guess you could say I accomplished that goal. And yeah, there's so much more to the story, but that I think I think we can make some more videos about those. So thanks for listening. Sorry for the shaky video. I'll see if I end up posting this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.